Anchor, good morning everybody. On behalf of Anand Vihar School, I, Anuj Bhatt, the coordinator of the Career and Counseling Cell, welcome you all to this seminar. Bring out your best to counsel the students and their parents. We are happy to have with us on the panel Dr. Nasir Mansoori, a practicing clinical psychologist, Dr. Mrs. Shelat, a prominent educationist in Gujarat, Dr. Manju Shroff, a well-known dietitian, and Professor Ray Mackey, who is online from University of Edinburgh, would take your questions and solve your queries on study habits and preparing for the exams. May I request the principal of the school, Mr. Sudhir Shah, to introduce and welcome the guests? Mr. Shah, honorable dignitaries on the dais, parents and students, good morning to all present here. Though it's winter now, many parents and students might be perspiring with the thought of exams approaching in March. It is observed that unanswered questions of the students and expectations of the parents not only lead to stress but also create apathy and boredom for studies. The purpose of this seminar is to guide parents and students and come out with possible do's and don'ts during studies and exams. I am indeed happy to welcome Dr. Nasir Mansoori, a practicing clinical psychologist from Vadodara. Dr. Mansoori has been associated with Lotus Group of Schools for 13 years and helps hundreds of students and parents every year. Dr. Mrs. Shelat is an eminent educationist, author and teacher trainer. And we are indeed fortunate to have her as one of the academic advisors to our school. It is truly said that special activities demand special food habits. There is a growing concern over what we eat these days. Many of you would doubt what food habit has to do with the study habits and performance in the exams. You will come to know some interesting facts while interacting with Dr. Manju Shroff, a well-known dietitian. In today's globalized world, distance is hardly a barrier in communication. We have Professor Ray Mackey, online from University of Edinburgh, who may bring in his international experience working with students and parents. I welcome you all, and without any further delay I now invite students and parents to raise questions. A boy, hello sir. I am Bharat from Standard 10th. My question is to Dr. Mansoori. I read almost 6 hours a day. In spite of this, I hardly remember anything at the end of the day. Even my mom gives me brain tonic regularly, but how can I improve my retention? Dr. Mansoori, Bharat, though you have raised this question, you are not the only one who faces this problem. I am sure there are many here who might be having the same question. Tell me, how many of you have the same question? Many hands go up. All right, have you heard of the Chinese proverb, I hear and I forget, I see and I remember, and I do and I understand? Bharat, I don't understand that. Just tell me, what should I do so that I don't forget? Dr. Mansoori, see, there is no fixed method of improving retention. However, you need to identify the way in which you learn. Let me clarify it. There are different learning styles. You learn by listening, writing, drawing flowcharts and diagrams, by discussing, by reflective thinking, and so on. You need to identify which style suits you the best for different subjects. For example, to write an essay, you brainstorm ideas and create a web, followed by arranging the ideas logically and constructing meaningful sentences. By doing so, you are adopting more than one style of learning that helps to remember for longer duration. That will help you in improving retention. And Bharat, now stop taking brain tonics. They simply do not work anyways. Bharat, wow. That sounds great. I wasn't aware of it. Thank you, sir. A lady. Hello Dr. Mrs. Shelat. I am Mrs. Viraj Trivedi and my son Shaleen is in standard 9th. He spends too much time in playing games and watching TV. And because of that his study suffers. What would you advise him at this juncture? Dr. Mrs. Shelat, is your son present here? Mrs. Trivedi points to her son sitting next to her. Well, it is quite normal at this age for students to get tempted to play and watch TV. However, there should be a time limit for the same. What I personally feel is, total avoidance of games and TV is not the solution. In fact, that is cruel and unnatural. Rather, parents should make sure that there is a balance between study and play hours. Games, music and entertainment are quite essential for physical and mental health. They help reduce stress. A lady. Hello everyone, I am Mrs. Suhani Mehta. I am not sure whom to ask this question. I am facing a different problem. My daughter seems to be enjoying her studies, but hardly shares anything on what happens at school and her studies. As parents, we try to ask her so many times, but she avoids discussing the school at home. Anuj, I think we should consult Dr. Mackey as he must have faced similar questions from British parents back home. Dr. Mackey, thank you, Anuj. I hope I am audible over there. And yes, I like this question. If sharing is missing, both children and parents are responsible. Sharing is glue that binds a family together. Generally, adolescents at this age find it uncomfortable to share all details related to their lives. As parents, we must consider this and decide our response to their sharing. Our negative response and preaching discourage children. However, children must read the intention of parents. Not sharing anything may lead to serious problems. Anuj, thank you Dr. Mackey, for your valuable time. Dr. Mackey, it's always a pleasure to interact with students and parents, Anuj. My best wishes to the students. Have a bright future ahead. Anuj, next question from the students now. Student 1, Sir, maybe I am feeling hungry right now because my parents don't allow me to eat what I enjoy. Anuj, I think this question is obviously for the dietitian. Dear, can you tell us what you enjoy eating most? And tell your name also. Student 1, my name is Priyanshi. And oh, Madam, I love pizza with double cheese. Die for dabeli with butter or cheese. Dream for burger. My favorite pastime is crunchy wafers with cold drinks. But my mom serves me hospital khana. Is there any relation between studies and the food I eat? I really wonder. Dr. Shroff, Rianshi, you look real foodie. I like your spontaneity. Dear, yes, there is a direct relation between the food you eat and activities of your brain via metabolism. Heavy food directs the blood flow to the digestive system, resulting into slowing down of the brain activity. You must have felt sleepy, lazy and drowsy after eating heavy meals. Doesn't this affect your studies? Ultimately, you require an active brain for studies. Rather than going for fatty foods, Prefer to take light and easy to digest food with enough of soup, juice, dal, milk, chash, lassi, etc. Eat raw vegetables and fruits a lot. Do not overeat. It's not good for health in the long run. Remember, the student who eats light becomes bright. Student 2. Hello Dr. Mansoori sir, I am Kandar. I read somewhere tune up yourself for the board exam. Could you explain what it means? Dr. Mansoori, dear, you seem to be in 10th or 12th. Tune up refers to preparing your mind and body for a particular task. When it comes to tune up for examination, you need to know how your body and mind work in harmony. You should identify your strengths and weaknesses in the first place. Observe yourself for a week or two. Always remember that your strengths are your assets. Do not think much about your weaknesses. It is your strengths that will help you cope the exams. Secondly, your body and mind are tuned up to the school timetable before you receive board exam schedule. Once you receive the board exam schedule, prepare a new timetable based on your energy level. Identify the best time when your energy level is high. Try to match it with the time slot of examination. It is important to relax to tune up your body and mind. You may follow simple relaxation techniques like pranayama, yogasan, stretching, listening to light melodious music, taking a walk of about 10 to 15 minutes at a suitable time, or having a cup of green tea. You can even spare some time for talking to your friends or parents. Maintain a cheerful mood and don't work in frenzy. Wish you all the best. Anuj, students, did you enjoy the program? A big round of applause from the audience. This tells all. I think it's time to conclude our program. It's impossible to express our gratitude in words. However, I am indeed thankful to all the guests who made it convenient to spare time from their busy schedule. I am sure that not only students but parents also gained a lot. Hope we all remember the tips given by the experts and follow them as much as we can. Best wishes to all. For more videos, subscribe our channel. Eduskill by Pritesh Vadgama.